What's going on, Next Level Nation? Johnny F here with Next Level Warrior, and today we got something very special planned for you. This is my first experimentation with doing vlogs, and I want to specifically take you on to show you the importance of rest and recovery. Not referring to anything like fitness or workout-wise. This has to do with taking a step back away from crazy 9-to-5 work, phones, internet, and literally spending every free moment that I have on creating content for you guys, which I absolutely love with a passion. But anyways, I'm heading over to my friend's place about 6 hours east of here in Toronto, over to the magical province of Quebec, and this is going to be an absolute blast. So let's get packing. Let the 6-hour journey begin. Let's go. Holy wow, that was a serious ride. It was just over 7 hours, lots of little stops here and there, and some interesting troubles with my car. Left me quite frustrated, but I can't tell you how happy and grateful that I am to be here. And we're at that sweet spot of golden hour. There's some awesome people I've already said hi to. It's time to set up camp. Let's go! I don't know if I was really clear on it, but what I mean when I'm talking about rest and recovery is giving myself and allowing myself this very specific time frame to be away from internet, a cell phone connection. Like, my phone is literally on airplane mode for the next 48 hours so that I don't have to be connected to any of it, and I can only be present with my surroundings, with nature, with people, and we just really dive back in, reflect on what I've actually been doing, what I've been working so hard for, because I'm essentially dedicating all of my free time before work, in the morning, after work, and then all of my weekends, which I feel very thrilled every time I actually dive into it and get into like my work with Next Level Warrior, because I know that I'm building something really big that's involving you guys. It just excites the hell out of me. But you ride the wave really high for so long of learning and making progress, you're gonna come crashing down. And that's definitely what I felt a couple days ago. So this couldn't have come at a better time. I've been planning it for a little while, and I'm excited to show you around. This house right here that you can see, this is my friend Rachel and Philippe's place here in beautiful Quebec. And this is a place that I need to visit, that I do visit year over year. It's just absolutely stellar to come in here sometimes in the winter solstice, around the summertime, to just really get away, enjoy, and connect with them. Beautiful place to be around one of the most incredible rivers I've ever seen. And I haven't actually done my meditation yet. I haven't actually done any videos yet on morning routine stuff that I'm involved in, but I do have a pretty extensive morning routine that involves some visualization, meditation, journaling, mobility that you've seen mobility one. Journaling has evolved quite a bit for me. I've played around with it in numerous ways. I've recently been adding just 5 things that I'm grateful for at the very beginning of it, and sometimes instead of writing it very randomly, I'll just literally go into writing about my goals for a week straight in different tenses, recent ones that I'm more looking forward towards in the future. But when it comes to this amazing magic thing, I was really averse to it. I never really wanted to do it. I think just writing in general growing up for me was not a fun thing. It was always something associated with what I had to do to please others for school, make my parents happy, to get good grades. So it never really appealed to me. And I would seldom write by choice when being in just terrible places of pain that I knew that emotion needed to come out of me. But it was always so far into that state of being an actual last resort. And now it's an integral part of my morning routine. I never go one single day without actually doing this. Sometimes I'll go weeks on a stretch of just writing about my goals and journaling them in past tenses, present tenses, future tenses, and all of these ways with respect to gratitude in it. Other times it's just really what I'm feeling for the day, but I really feel, as I've been learning about it, but this immense powerful tool it is for doing it first thing in the morning when you're still in a semi-alpha state, and starting to use it for this purpose of imprinting into your brain what you're creating for your future. It's really been a game changer for me. And it's not something you really notice from one day to the next, but over time it definitely makes a difference. And that's why I'll be doing more videos about journaling in the future. Let me know in the comments down below the type of stuff that you do want me to produce, and when it comes to journaling that might be of interest to you, that maybe you're having a hard time with. So 100%, this is always in my morning routine no matter what. If I only have to write one sentence down, I'll just do it, Super important. But there's something else that I wanted to talk to you about that has to do with one of my hobbies and another reason why I'm here. It's very likely that you either do or do not know this about me, that I am fun-loving DJ. Absolutely love it, playing these tunes to get people lively on the dance floor, having an amazing smiling time. And this is one of the things that our friends do here to make this gathering that much more special, is that they set up a beautiful stage, organize around 15 of us or so to contribute our sounds to, making it that much more awesome. Was an absolute riot. So much fun, epic connections with people. Just got out of a last minute swim, dip in the river, and I am ready to get back home, do a little bit of a review, check in, and about halfway through the drive, just stopping over for a little bit of a rest. I wanted to share with you this little challenge that I had this weekend, which is very interesting because I usually find myself very present in these rest and recovery timeframes, but there was a few instances where I was just drawn to taking my phone off of airplane mode. And I had to actually set myself away from it, so I just literally left it, in my tent. Giving up on that
brought me all of these like amazing experiences with people that I hadn't seen in like 2-3 years, and really allotted for this additional sort of layer of presence instead of falling into a state of like, oh, I'm bored, let's check the phone, you know, all these like sort of habitual patterns that we end up falling into.
The whole point of rest and recovery is to just really like disconnect and be like, I don't want to like, engage in the mundane sort of normal day-to-day stuff. So if you ever find yourself coming onto these like temptations, do yourself the favor of like just remind yourself, hey, what did I actually set out here to accomplish? Because I don't want this to be like affecting my regular day-to-day. So like when you're working work, when you're off of work, be like really off of work. It'll help you out immensely.
Driving is certainly like not my favorite thing to do in the world, especially really long distances.
It just takes so much out of me, like being in there so involved and engaged for such long periods of time. It's a different story when I've got someone that I can share the driving with, but not everyone in the world knows how to drive stick. Really need to move my body a little bit, unpack all of this stuff right here, and give you guys some closing thoughts. If I had to do it again, I would do it in a heartbeat, because I absolutely love that place. I love those people, and I make it an absolute point to get out there. But the importance of this, the reason that I make sure that I'm doing this, is because when I didn't have this in place, my work in terms of like learning and content creation before I even launched my YouTube channel, everything always felt very scattered, and I would find myself like taking any opportunity to distract myself with social media, or distract myself with this, or go and research some that I don't actually need. And I realized that a lot of this has to do with not having any actual dedicated time to say, okay, I'm pulling away from these things so that I can actually spend time with people, I can spend time with myself in a different way, I can be in nature and appreciate that. So what ends up happening is that now that I've got this dedicated time, I know at least once a month I'm taking 2 days off, 100% fully off, I find that I'm much more effective in my actual work and really want to be pumping and working in it in sort of in a honed way. Call it mastering anti-crastination. This is really something that I want to drive home in terms of the importance of it. And I'd love to hear from you guys, like, what do you do for your rest and recovery? How do you take time off? Is it scattered? Do you structure it and organize it more? This being the first experiment with a vlog, I would love to hear your input. Let me know all about this stuff in the comments down below. Any suggestions for the future? I might end up doing like a part 2 on the next rest and recovery that I do. And if there's anything else that you guys want to share, pop it down there in the comments, hit that like button if you appreciated this video, and make sure to subscribe to join the Next Level community and stay up to date with my videos posted every week. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Because I'm going to be producing these videos and launching them every single week, so if you haven't done so already, so if you haven't